Now, the next question to ask yourself about your activity is, what is it that the agents of the organization or the agents that are going to be implementing, what is it that you need them to do? And ask yourself, is what my agents need to do locally discretionary? Now, what do we mean by locally discretionary? What we mean is, does the agent, in the instance of doing what they need to do, need to form a judgment that is subtle and responsive to the conditions on the ground in order to successfully accomplish your objective? Or the contrast is not locally discretionary, which is your agent can just follow a script. Again, there are many examples because within each sector there are different kinds of activities. So for instance, vaccinations require lots of agents, but the agents actually can follow a very simple script. Each parent has a record of what vaccinations the child has received. The vaccinations should be received according to certain ages of the child. All the agent needs to know is the age of the child, and they can give the appropriate vaccinations. The opposite is ambulatory curative care. Each person walks into a health facility, if they come for a curative care, with a particular problem. They say, oh, my back hurts, I have a fever, I have a cough. And the job of the health person in that case has to be to respond to the particulars of that case in a discretionary way. That is, the agent has to make decisions, and in a way that's very difficult for people from afar to know whether or not the agent has done the right thing. If I'm sitting in the Capitol and a nurse is sitting in a clinic, I can know easily, more or less, whether she's followed a script, but it's very hard to know if she did the right thing with respect to each patient that came in the door. That changes dramatically the implementation capability your organization requires. And again, there are examples in every sector. Think of the financial sector. Some things about banking can and should be reduced to a script. If I make a deposit at a bank, there is no discretion of the clerk receiving my deposit as to what my deposit was. It's a rule, it's hard, it's fixed, it's observable. On the other hand, if I'm an agent of the bank giving out a loan for a business, I have to form a judgment about the borrower, about the viability of the business. That's locally discretionary. So the second question you need to ask yourself is, does the successful accomplishment of the activity require that your agents exercise local discretion? Which is, can it be a script or requires local judgment?